I was gonna wait till later. I wasn't gonna make a video like this. I was gonna wait until next week when I didn't have a video idea to make, or whenever I didn't have a video to make, to talk about my disappointment with the Arizona Coyotes. Now, I have it written in the title, my satisfaction. Now, let me get into the satisfaction in 1 second here. The satisfaction. I was satisfied at the start of the season. I was like, we have Phil Kessel. Phil Kessel showed that he can play very good, and he can put up points for the Coyotes, which is something that we definitely needed. And then when Taylor Hall came, I was even more excited. I was like, okay, so if Taylor Hall coming, let's go. We're gonna be a much better team. With heading into the play-in rounds, I'm like, okay, so we have a chance to make the playoffs for the first time in nearly 10 years. And we make the playoffs. We lost to Colorado, but I was still satisfied with how this team did. And I was like, okay, maybe if we can keep up the same sustained success, maybe next season we can do even better. No. Here is, I want to count these columns here real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 columns on why I am disappointed with the Arizona Coyotes. Now, some of these are regarding players that have not played well and all this stuff, but this is a part of it, because it really disappointed me with some of these guys and somehow these players put up points. First off, let's start off at the beginning of the season. The Phil Kessel trade failed for year one. Kessel, compared to the numbers that he put up in Pittsburgh, was so disappointing compared to what he put up in, no. The numbers he put up in Arizona was so much more disappointing than the numbers he put up in Pittsburgh. And the part of the reason why that Kessel was so well was because he was with Crosby. And Crosby makes any team better. Any player. Yeah, I'm going to stay silent for a lot of this because I am an Arizona Coyotes fan, so this type of topic does make me angry. The Pens won the trade. It may not look like of what they got back, but they won the trade through another trade. They traded Alex Galchenyuk to the Minnesota Wild for Jason Zucker, and you know what? Zucker played so good in his first game, and in the end for the rest of the season, didn't really show in the play-in rounds, but Pittsburgh wasn't even there. That they won the trade. They won it through another trade. And, yes, it is only the first year in this trade. Kessel could put up 100 points next season. No, he won't, but, he could do better. Right now, it's a failed trade for Arizona. Here's the next topic. The Taylor Hall trade made the team worse. I'm going to stay silent for a bit. The Taylor Hall trade made the team worse because it seemed like when Taylor Hall came to Arizona, like, okay, so our goal scoring is going to be even better this season. We took a step back. Instead of going forward, we went back, and we started scoring less goals than what we did without Taylor Hall. I'm like, wait, what? And the Devils, I think, even won that trade too, because they got a lot of good prospects and a lot of good young guys in return. It just makes me so angry because, these trades that could work out and they just did nothing. Taylor Hall showed in the playoffs, in the quote-unquote playoffs, before we got annihilated by Colorado. He showed it in the playoffs, but, it's just disappointing. It's honestly disappointing on what Taylor Hall and Phil Kessel and a few guys that we're going to get into in a second here. First off, yes, Connor Garland. Connor Garland, he showed me this year that I'm like, okay, I'm really proud of this guy. I'm proud of what this guy has put up. Then there was the next event. Prospect testing. So the Coyotes got, the Coyotes were accused, and we were rightfully guilty of illegal prospect testing. Not following the NHL's guidelines in testing prospects, and that made me annoyed because I was like, well, what the heck, Arizona? You're not even going to get these guys anyways. And look, they didn't get them. And they wouldn't have got them anyways. Well, maybe, but they wouldn't have gotten them anyways. And what really set the trigger off for making this video was the prospect testing. Because the prospect testing led to John Chayka leaving. It led to us losing picks, which led to Mitchell Miller. It's leading to all these bad situations with the Coyotes. That the prospect testing started it all. Now here's the next topic. John Chayka leaving the Coyotes. So unexpected. All of a sudden he just said, "Yep, I'm out. Peace." Oh my god. And the thing that really made it, I was like half and half. I was mad and I was sad at the same time. I was mad because he just left, and I was sad because he just left. Because I like John Chayka. I thought John Chayka did a great job in Arizona. Or at least in the past 2 seasons, he's done a good job in Arizona. A lot of people are upset with their moves, but I thought that he did pretty well as a GM in 2018-19 and this season. Now, yes, we do have Bill Armstrong coming in, but he's really just changing up this entire staff. And I get it, you might want to have a new staff team to just, like, you know, reset the team. But this team is also, oh, I forgot to mention that in here too. This team, so make that 8 topics. This team is also over salary cap. They were over the salary cap by about $2 million because they decided to go out and sign Tyler Pitlick. Now, I'm happy that a Philadelphia Flyer went to the Arizona Coyotes. But, like, really? It's the cap's really disappointing thing. It just makes me makes me annoyed because, like, I would go under the cap immediately, to be honest. Oh, I forgot. I thought of a night topic. We'll get into that in a second here. Clayton Keller failing to put up points. Now, Clayton Keller was an RFA. Was going to be an RFA next season, and he put up, and he got signed a 7-year contract. Hold on, let me write this down real quick. He signed a 7-year deal, and I was like, okay, so great. I'm going to have my favorite Arizona Coyote at the time, in Arizona for at least 7 more years if he can actually stay in Arizona. But you know what I mean. And, like, this season, to be honest, with the amount of points that he put up this season for about a 7-year guy, that made me think he basically just played the season for the money. And, a lot of people think that. A lot of people think, oh, every single sports player plays for the money. Well, no. At least for hockey, there is a lot of people who do not play for the money. He put up about, 20 points. It just drives me up the wall that my favorite player, and by the way, I have a jersey for him, just doesn't put up the amount of points that I want that the team needs to put him to put up. And that's the thing that made me mad with just about every single Coyotes player this season, except for probably Connor Garland, Darcy Kemper, Antti Ranta. And 2 of them are goaltenders. So, those were the 3 that I was basically satisfied with. The rest, I was just kind of disappointed. And there we go. The Coyotes just released their statement. I'll read that after this. Here's the next topic. Losing draft picks. I honestly knew it was coming, but it still made me annoyed. Because I was like, oh, really? You're just not going to do that? And I was like, perfect. So, great. We lost all of our draft picks. And our highest pick was in the 4th round. And guess who we selected? Guess. You want to take a guess? The one, the only, infamous Mitchell Miller. A name that will be forever in my mind. Mitchell Miller, he had a lot of allegations, a lot of racist stuff involving a lot of bad things. It was not hazing, by the way. It wasn't hazing. Hazing is a much different thing than what happened, but it is pretty dang close to be it is pretty dang close to being related to hazing. They knew this too. Mitchell Miller sent a letter out to every single NHL team saying, "Okay, I apologize for everything I've done." Didn't apologize to the victim, by the way, which is the first thing he should have done. I mean, that wouldn't make it a lot better, but still, that wouldn't make it any better, but still. And a third of the NHL teams, it was announced a few days ago, a third of all the NHL teams said that they were like, no, we're not going to, we put this guy off of our draft board completely. And we're like, nope, you're not getting on our draft board, you're out. And I was like, perfect. Okay, so whatever. You're not going to have a... I was like, whatever. So I don't really care if he gets drafted by whatever team. Then yeah, it is what it is. I'm gonna be annoyed about it, of course. It had to be a team that I root for, doesn't it? It had to be. They knew it. They literally knew it, and they still drafted him. Now, Mitchell Miller is a great player. If you took out all of this bad stuff that happened with him, he's a great player. He would help that Arizona a lot. But the other thing is, even if this guy didn't even have this stuff, it's best to cut him, which they just did, by the way, I think. And it's the best to cut him because even if he didn't have all these allegations, he wouldn't be playing anyways. Well, no, there is a chance that he could have played, but there was a dang good chance, probably like an 80% chance, that he wouldn't have played anyways. So you're not hurting anyone by cutting him. Besides him. And he deserves it. Alright, now I'm going to move on from the Mitchell Miller situation because that's going to take a lot of videos to discuss. We're going to discuss it in the news time in deeper analyzation, but, you know, we need to make an Arizona Coyotes rant video because... why not? Here's the final one. This one gave me pain for days. I'm so happy it didn't happen. Oliver Ekman-Larsson leaving Arizona. Everyone wanted Ekman-Larsson gone. I didn't. I was like, unless you come to Philadelphia or Tampa, I don't want you leaving Arizona. And he was going to go to Boston, a team that I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of. I mean, I'm liking him more and more every day. And Vancouver, which was just a meh kind of team for me. I was like, please don't leave Arizona. And like, I think one time I cried myself to sleep knowing that like Ekman-Larsson could be leaving. And when that 12 o'clock marker hit that he could not get traded, I literally thanked the Lord. That's the one really good thing that happened this season for the Coyotes, besides beating the Predators and making the playoffs. So yeah. There will definitely be a off-season video related to the Arizona Coyotes with even more of this stuff, and it's probably going to be just as long, or maybe even longer than this one. So yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm sure there's a lot of controversial topics you guys want to discuss. So yeah, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, make sure to like, subscribe button. We're trying to get to 600 subs by the end of the year. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.